Wow. So the world's kind of in a different place, isn't it? We're all stuck at home, and I figure I had a fiduciary response to get back on the YouTubes. To kick things off, I thought I'd start with something just a little different, a little weird. Something that's probably not going to happen all that often on this channel. My passion really is vintage hardware, whether it be PC, old Macs. I've been dabbling in Amigas. I've been away for a few months from the internet, but I have certainly been busy. Yesterday I was digging around and I found this. This is a VHS tape of a short film called Plug. I found a video file of this on the internet somewhere like 20 years ago, and I managed to find the guy that made it. And it actually wasn't that hard to find because his name was in the end credits, which you'll see here shortly. But this movie was made by Jamie Waese, and I'm going to probably butcher his name, Mihir Gourjian, and it stars Jamie Waese and Hazel Rhodes as the two characters in this short film. And what's really interesting about it is it's not just any old short film from 1998. This is a short film with a lot of CG in it, a lot of computer graphics. And based on what I saw in the credits, it looks like that stuff was actually rendered on Silicon graphics machines, which is pretty cool because they're in the thanks. So I can only assume that, I don't know. But the music's pretty good. The graphics are really interesting. This is not a happy, feel-good movie, or short film, I guess I should say. So if the current situation with coronavirus and the pandemic and all that stuff has you down, this may not be a good one to watch. So it's not overly, well, it's a little bit violent, but it's not bloody or anything like that. It's just really interesting. And for a short film that was made in 1998, I'm actually pretty blown away by this film. I was certainly back in 1998. But anyway, so I don't remember if I mentioned this already, but I contacted Jamie and I said, "Hey, I found this video," and he was like, "Oh, wow, that's amazing that you found a copy of my little short film. Would you be willing to mail me a copy of it on CD?" So I said, "Sure," and I burned him a CD. Even in '98, burning CDs wasn't super duper common, but thankfully I had a Plextor SCSI CD burner, now that I remember. And I burned him a CD and I mailed it to him after he sent me this VHS tape. So, thanks to one of my roommates, he found this Sony DVD VHS combo unit here. And what's interesting about it is it actually has it has HDMI out along with composite out and of course component. Sorry, I have it backwards. It has component out, which is weird, along with HDMI, but it also has composite. So, normally with VHS you get composite and that's it, because it's just the way it's encoded onto the tape. You're not going to get any better than composite anyway, because the chrominance luminance is like mixed together. But this is how I want to do this, because I want to preserve this short film. I couldn't find it anywhere. If you do a search for Plug, there's actually a bunch of random, short film Plug or something like that. There's actually a bunch of other short films that are called Plug in one way or another, but I could not find this one. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I spent all of 10 minutes looking for it on YouTube, but I wanted to preserve this. And so here's how I'm going to do this. I am going to start this video and then fade to, you don't have to watch it through the camera on my TV here, but I'm going to start this video and then fade to the actual capture that I did with my capture setup. I got a Hauppauge video game capture here. It's old, but it's honestly one of the better video capture units that I personally have access to. I bought an Elgato. It did not work for my use case, unfortunately. So I ended up selling it, and then I just have this old Ultrabook here, and this is how I capture. And it just makes sense for me because I need to kind of move stuff around. I have limited space and that sort of thing. So anyway, so that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to set it up here so you can watch it kind of with me, and then the video will end. And then in 1 week, I will upload a fully uncut, no nerd in front of the camera talking beforehand, and that way you can just watch it if you want to watch it, show it to your friends, whatever. I think it's a pretty neat film, especially considering that this film is nearly 22 years old. I think it's pretty cool. So let's put it in. I'll quit flapping my gums, and we can watch it. This is about 11 and a half minutes long.
Thank you.